Dear friends, welcome to the channel The Eastern Front. In Russia there is a saying, to whom the war and to whom the mother. And today I want to talk with you about this topic. As during the Second World War, someone was fighting the enemy at the front, and someone organized a nice life in the rear at that time, while other people were starving and dying. But as the real veterans, not real rats, said, they fought for us, for our future generations. And even after the war, didn't try to enjoy privileges, but tried to live an ordinary life without standing out. Today I will tell you about such a person, from whom it's worth taking an example. And also I will share my personal story that happened with my mom after the war. During the Great Patriotic War, there were cases when heroes who received many awards were deprived of them, demoted and sent to fight in penal battalions or companies. Sometimes it was, let's say, for the cause, and sometimes it wasn't quite fair. The story I'm going to tell you today is a rather difficult case. On the one hand, the violator can be understood, and on the other hand, you should follow discipline and subordination. And it's impossible to violate it because of emotions. Georgy Dmitrovich Kostelov, he was born in 1913. Near St. Petersburg, graduated in school, then graduated from the local Leningrad Pilot School, and a little later the Central Flight Instructor School in Moscow. Kostelov began his combat career with the Soviet-Finnish War, where he served as a pilot in the Baltic Fleet, and was even awarded the Order of the Red Banner. Georgy Dmitrovich also took part in the Great Patriotic War from the very first days. Georgy Dmitrovich fought skillfully and bravely. During all the years of the war, he made 418 sorties, in which he destroyed 33 enemy aircraft as a part of a group and shot down 10 personally. He received the high title Hero of the Soviet Union back in October of 42nd year. He could have received it twice, but more on this below. There were also some not too pleasant moments in his career. One of them is when Kostelov mistakenly shot down his comrade plane under the control of the Chief of Staff himself. However, he survived and the incident was peacefully resolved. But on the second unpleasant case we need to stop separately. For his outstanding achievements, Kostelov was sent on vacation in the 43rd year, immediately after being presented to the second rank of Hero of the Soviet Union. The pilot went to his mother in Leningrad, besieged by the Germans. Being already in the city, he was horrified by the inhuman conditions in which people survived there. Most of all, he was impressed, of course, by the problem of terrible hunger, which claimed the lives of many. While in Leningrad, Kostelov met a major of the rear service, to whom he was invited once to visit. And what did Georgy Dmitrovich see at this major's house? A table served with a variety of dishes, a large assortment of drinks, which he hadn't seen before the war, beautiful dishes. And this was at the very time when people were suffering from hunger, including his mother. Naturally, Kostelov lost his temper, trashed the whole set table, the apartment, and got into a fight with the major, and kicked his ass. For this, Georgy Dmitrovich was tried by a military tribunal. He was demoted to the rank and file, stripped of all awards and titles, and sent to the Penal battalion, which fought near Oranienbaum, a suburb of Leningrad. The submission to the second title Hero of the Soviet Union, of course, was immediately withdrawn. Kostelov was saved from too long a stay in the Penal battalion by his friend, also an ace pilot, Vasily Fedorovich Golubev. He submitted a request to transfer Georgy Dmitrovich to his squadron, which to the surprise of many was granted. In April, Kostelov was allowed to fly, and he again began to fight bravely and decisively in the sky. In 1944, he once again showed unprecedented skill, for which he was awarded the rank of Guard Major and also returned all the previously taken awards. However, he never received the second title Hero of the Soviet Union again, because they didn't send a second request for the assignment of this title. Georgy Kostelov went through the entire war and served in the military aviation of the USSR until the 53rd year, when he retired from service. He died very early at the age of only 47 on 30 November 1960. That such a real man was Georgy Dmitrovich. He was not afraid to lose everything, but to keep his honor. Finally, I would like to tell a story that happened in my family. When my mom was pregnant with me at the 9th month, she went to the store with the same pregnant woman. It was divided into 2 departments, one for veterans, the second for ordinary people. On this day, the products in low supply were delivered to the store, and a queue of those wishing to buy it immediately lined up. When the veterans saw products in low supply appear on the shelves, they moved from their department to the general one without a queue and bought the goods because they have a privilege. As a result, the queue of ordinary people stood and didn't decrease. My mom and her friend decided to leave and not to wait, because it was very hard to stand after all when it was the 9th month of pregnancy. But suddenly, a woman came up to them and said, "Follow me," and she led them forward out of turn so that they could buy what they wanted. Outraged by this act, the veterans who were standing in the line began to be indignant. This made this woman very angry, and she shouted at them with the words, "Oh, you nasty rear rats! Is that what we fought for? Shame on you, 2 pregnant girls are standing, and you're only thinking about yourself here." There was a deadly silence in the store. After that, everyone shut up and let mom and her friend through. They were very much impressed by this event, and at the institute they were discussing among themselves what had happened, when their teacher suddenly approached them and apologized for getting into their conversation, and asked for an apology on behalf of all veterans. And he told that these are not real veterans, but real rats, and the woman who stood up for you most likely participated in real battles just like me. He also told my mom a lot of interesting things. He didn't like to watch films about the war because there are lies. Everyone goes in good uniforms. But in fact, some were in bus shoes at the front and took off shoes from killed comrades. Also about how they used to be sent to take the height, and the rear was so far away that they could wait a week for the troops to come closer and they would be able to eat normally. They had to study what plants can be eaten. Dear friends, I hope you enjoyed both stories. Even if only one of these stories, please put the like and write any comment, it's really worth it. Personally, I believe that we won in this war thanks to such people. That's all for today. It was Tim and the Eastern Front channel. And as usual, I wish you peace and health. See you!